Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We are here with another box from our box lunch series. Basically what the box lunch series is, I'm going to find a random item around my house and we're going to make a box for it in 30 minutes or less. So you can craft along on your lunch break, your dinner break, whatever you have. And it's not going to be too long. All right, today's random item is this little Tiffany brand break. It's essentially a Kit Kat. So like the two Kit Kats you get at Halloween. So this is a great craft fair item for Halloween, for Christmas, really for any holiday. So we're gonna go ahead and make our box. Now, when you have big flaps like this, you need to decide if you want your box to include the flaps open or don't include the flaps, and you gotta either tape them shut or hope they stay shut. So this one, we're gonna give it a little bit of room for the flaps open and kind of close. So I'm gonna do 1 1/4 by now with the flaps open, it's about 4 1/4, but because I'm gonna have the flaps closed, I'm gonna do by 4. 3 3/4 would probably work, but I don't want to do that measurement, so I'm going to go by 4. By 1/2 inch, because I think this is about 1/2 inch. Yep. Okay. So I know this is going to be half, that's going to be half, half, half. I know these are going to be half, because these are our corner of the boxes, right? Now get out our colors, and so the left to right is the 1 1/4. And the up and down, the length is 4. Right? That just kind of helps when you're getting your cardstock size and you know where to score long or short. I don't use the different color pens when I'm not doing a tutorial because I know which side goes where. But when I first started, I did the color pens to know exactly, what is going to be the long side, what is going to be the short side. Obviously, when you know the number, the bigger number is the long side, but you need to know where to score, which side to score what on. Okay, so we're going to do our paper, and we're going to go from left to right first. So we got 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. That's 1, 2, 3, 3 1/2, 4. And then now I'm going to do the length. This was my green. So 1, 2, plus 4, 6. Okay. Okay, so your paper needs to be 4 by 6, so you can get 2 out of a sheet by 8 1/2 by 11, or you can get 4 if you use a 12 by 12. So 4 by 6. Okay. I still need my paper trimmer, don't I? Okay, so we know our green is our long side, and so we need to do our score lines accordingly. So on the long side, we need the 1/2 1/2, 4 inches, 1/2 1/2. So we're going to do 1/2 inch and 1 on both sides. 1/2 inch and 1. And then it should be 5 1/2 and 6, but I will check that in just a second. So 1/2 inch and 1 on both the left and right. Yep, I was right. So long side is 1/2 inch, 1, 5, and 5 1/2. Right? Because we need it to match our template here. Okay. Now the short side is where we did the red. So that's where these score marks need to go in, is on the red side, which in this case ended up being the short side. So we're gonna need 1/2 inch. Okay. We need to add 1 inch and 1/4 to that. So 1 1/2 and 1/4. So that's 1 3/4. So 1/2 inch, 1 3/4. So we need another add 1/2 inch. So it's 2 1/4. And then we need our final 1/2 inch from the right hand side, which that should be 5 1/2. Or excuse me, 3 1/2. Okay, so we have 1/2 inch, 1 3/4, 2 1/4, and 3 1/2. Okay. All right, so this is your starting position where you have the double score lines at the top and the bottom, and our normal formula. We don't need the 4 boxes on the top or bottom on the right. We need to miter this little piece here and take off the 4 boxes here. We're going to cut up our score lines. And you're going to cut off the boxes and a little tiny bit of the second box. These are your flaps. If you need this tutorial to be slower, just look up Tiffany Crafting Like a Boss McGill boxes. I have a bazillion boxes on there that are super slow and showing you every detail. But these are the same box that I make all the time. So this is just repetition to help people who are struggling making boxes. If you do it enough, the formula becomes second nature. All right, so there's that. And these are all fold flat boxes. So whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom. This is your starting position. You're going to go ahead and varnish everything. And you're going to round your corners for your closure flap. Oops. I think my corner chopper's on its way out. Okay. There we go. And we're going to finish varnishing. If you skip varnishing, you're going to know about it. Especially on these smaller boxes, it's not forgiving. So just make sure your lines are crisp. Take that extra step. Even if you're making 100 of these, take that extra step. All right, we're going to test our flap here. Looks like we're good to go. You can cut that sliver off if you like. Okay, making sure you get to the very edge of the top and the bottom so you don't have any gaps. Okay. Give your glue some time to dry. Okay. See, they're very quick. And I'm going I'm going slower than normal for me, just because it's a tutorial. But, I mean, you can make a ton of these. There we go, I like that size. Okay. So there's my box. Now, this candy treat is not exactly rectangle, so my rectangle is a little bit off, but I'm okay with that. What do I do with my flaps? Okay. All right, so that's done. Let's go ahead and, since we have plenty of time, let's make a hinged box as well. Okay, because I struggle with these boxes. So, scratch paper. And, okay, so hinged box, like a pizza box. So this is gonna be a rectangle pizza box. So I know I need the rectangle, I need the hinge, I need the rectangle, I need a hinge, I need a hinge, I need a hinge, I need a hinge. I'm gonna make this one 3/4 of an inch. Because a 1/2 inch, it's kind of pushing it. So this needs to be 1 1/4 by 4 by 3/4. And that's going to be 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, and 3/4. Okay. So this one, my right to left, 1 1/4. And the up and down is 4 on both. Okay, so I'm gonna cheat with a calculator for this one. So 3/4 plus 1/4 plus 3/4. So 2 3/4. Now we need to do our up and down. So 3/4 plus 4 plus 3/4 plus 4 plus 3/4, 10 1/4. Okay. Right. So let's get our, oh, this might work. Nope. Our paper, this one's good for scraps. So 2 3/4 by 10 1/4. And this is a vertical pizza box. You can make it horizontal if you want. That'll change your measurements. But this one's going to be vertical. Okay. So 2 3/4 by 10. So this one I need 3/4 inch on all 4 sides on the short side. Right? Yeah. So 3/4, rotate, 3/4, rotate, 3/4, and rotate 3/4. Okay. So I guess technically that is, the short side is going to be 3/4 and 2, and the long side is going to be 3/4, 4 3/4, and then 1, 2, 3, 5.5. Okay. So the long side is 3/4, 4 3/4, 5.5, and 9.5. Okay. Technically, that's how you would do it, or you can do it the way I did it. And you know you need that 3/4 inch on all 4 sides, so do that first. Either way, it does not matter. Okay. We're going to go ahead and varnish. And then we're going to turn our paper to the long side. And we're going to cut up our score lines. And you're going to miter your squares. Okay. You're going to leave your rectangles alone. We're not cutting anything off, we're just making tabs. Okay. What you do to the top, you need to do to the bottom. So cut and miter. And cut and miter. I'm trying to make these pizza boxes second nature like my other boxes are. All right. Glue. And glue. Doesn't matter which side you start from at this point. Making sure your seams line up perfectly. Now, this is where you need to pay attention. You need to determine which is going to be the top of your box and which is going to be the bottom. If you have cardstock that's the same color all throughout, you don't need to worry about it. If you're using a thicker directional pattern paper, you need to figure out which side is going to be the top and which side is going to be the bottom. You need to do that now. Because if you're going directional and you need the direction to be this way, then this is going to be your top. Okay? So you're going to glue these flaps to the bottom. Whatever side is going to be the bottom of your box, that's where these need to be glued to. All right, now make sure your seams match. Sorry, I couldn't see. And make your next seam match. Okay. And now your top flaps, the same thing. We could have taken a little bit off of our flaps so there's less bulk, but when you're making treats for a craft fair or co-workers, your kids' classroom, whatever, they're just going to throw it away. So I wouldn't take that extra step. It'll be fine. All right. Let's put our snack in here. And close our box. Now again, mine's a little bit off because my candy is not exactly rectangle. It was a little bit off, but I'm okay with that. All that means is that my back flaps are gonna flap out just a little bit more. All right, let's get our paper. We're continuing with the Simple Stories Vintage Country Harvest. Yeah. And let's decorate. That worked out perfect there. And this worked out perfect there. Okay, I love when that happens. Put my paper collection scraps back in the bag. All right, so because it is a bigger border on the left to right, I'm just gonna match the top and bottom to that same border, so it looks intentional. Oops. There we go. This is gonna have a bigger border, so this is a little less than 1/4 of an inch, but more than 1/8 of a border. Okay, so there's that one. Now the pizza box, that doesn't fold flat, so. All right, so this is by 4. So I need to mark this down to 3 7/8 by, I guess this is 1 1/8. All right, so let's go ahead and get that on there. Again, the same as I say every single week, you can decorate the flaps. That's just going to be more paper, more time. You can add ribbon. I mean, you can make these super beautiful, amazing for swaps, or super simple and beautiful for craft fairs and stocking stuffers or whatever. All right. Let's decorate. I'm gonna do Happy Harvest with a leaf and a pumpkin. I want an orange pumpkin. I want a big one. Okay. Look at me. Just over here making a little cluster. Okay, so that is not gonna fit, but that's okay. I'm gonna move it in because I want mine to be vertical. Here we go. Okay. We have a tiny bit of overhang, but that's fine. And I want a word. And I want Christmas. There we go. Perfect. You can do your little finger pull if you have the smaller circle punch. You know what? You could use your COPPA die to make that little finger pull. I'm going to use the bigger side, and I'm just going to cut half a circle. And I'm just going to do it a couple times just to kind of make it bigger. Or you can just take your scissors and make a little mark in there. Okay. It's just something you have, like you can put your nail in there and lift the box up. All right, there's that one. Oops. And then this one, I want, let's see. Let's do favorite season. This is kind of big. And then I want a leaf. I actually want this on top. And I want some words. So we're just picking the first thing that comes to our eye. As you can see, we're going super fast. We're not gonna overthink it. And we're gonna put, I'm gonna do 2 words here. Oh wait, this is Color Me Autumn. I'm only looking for words that are small enough to fit here. That's my problem. Let's see here. I don't have any more small. Okay, well, here we go. At the very top, we have the word fall. There we go. That is absolutely perfect. And that's it, guys. So we actually got 2 boxes decorated in less than 30 minutes. All right, I hope you guys make these boxes. Let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.